Hi, Leo. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-April 2023 love reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, so as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and gap spread. And the way it works is we'll get the past, present, and future energies between you and them being of interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards with some additional insight. That's the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left is your energy and the cards on the right is the other person's. If you feel that's the way around your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Four of Staves. So this is actually an Aries energy here. And it could just be saying that in the past you saw a lot of potential for the two of you to go the distance within this connection. For some of you, could have even met originally during Aries season, although I don't feel it would have been this Aries season in particular. But for the majority of you, I feel like this is just saying that you felt that potential between the two of you to go the distance. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is a Gemini energy here. And this could just be saying that between the two of you, it looks like they might have been the ones who were more likely to initiate the conversation between the two of you. So they might have actually been the ones who introduced themselves, and possibly might have been the first ones to suggest taking things to more of a romantic level between the two of you as well. Alright, in the present position, we have the Four of Arrows. So this is actually a Libra energy here, and this could just be pointing to the Libra full moon that we had recently. I could just be saying that maybe you're doing some healing around the situation there. Now we do still see the two people together, right? So it could just be saying that maybe the two of you might have gone through a bit of a rough stretch, right? We see the stormy waters in the background there, so it could just be saying that maybe you guys went through a bit of a rough stretch, and possibly during that Libra full moon, you guys might have started the process of healing around that. All right, present energy on their side, we have the King of Wands. So this is actually the core card for Leo, so for some of you might even resonate with the energies on the right side here, but if nothing else, this could just be saying that now they might have taken a bit more of a passive role around the situation, right, where we see the Knight being more action-oriented, the energy moving toward the cards on that side, whereas here we see it's not necessarily that their back is fully turned, but they are leaning away from the cards on the side. So for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe there has been a bit of a disconnect in the communication between the two of you, and possibly now you might feel like, for example, if you were comfortable with them being in pursuit of you in the past, and maybe you feel like they're not putting in that same level of effort and energy towards you, then maybe that could be causing a bit of a disconnect between the two of you. Alright, future energy on your side, we have the Three of Arrows. So interesting, more Libra energy here. And again, it almost looks like the rocky, stormy background that we see from the Four of Arrows energy. So it could just be saying that, especially given that we're going to be coming up on Mercury retrograde soon, if there is something that you've left unsaid, right, especially given that for you guys, Libra energy represents your third house communication, could just be saying that now is the time to look at it, right? So like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like it's more of what I was already speaking about a little bit, as far as in the past, they might have been, well, I don't know if even aggressor is the right word to use there, but I feel like this is just saying that they were more proactive as far as initiating things between the two of you in the past. Now you might feel like they're a little bit more passive. They're not necessarily in pursuit of you in that same way, and you could just be feeling like, you know, your needs aren't being met to that level anymore, but at the same time, I feel like you're not communicating around it. So we see the three arrows there, just like we see the three arrows here as well, and then that fourth one is actually pointing toward their direction. So this could just be telling you that, hey, this would be a good time to speak up about your needs around the situation. Because it looks like this is saying that it's not going to go away on its own, right? I feel like this is saying eventually it's going to have to be addressed. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the King of Swords. So yeah, this looks like there's definitely potential there. I mean, if we look at the artwork, we see the sword is broken there, right, with the shield on the floor. So could just be saying that they might feel a bit guarded around the situation. So this is where it's going to be a little bit tricky to navigate, right? Like if this is something that's been going on for a while already, the retrograde could be a good time to address it. Whereas if this is something that's new, that you're just starting to feel this way now, could just be saying, hey, let the retrograde energy settle, and then if you still feel that way after that, then maybe this would be a good time to bring it up at that point. But if this is just more of a new energy and you do feel the need to confront them about it, right, then it could just be saying that they might feel a bit defensive around the situation. So you're just going to have to feel that out for yourselves. Like I said, if it's been something that's gone on for a long time, the retrograde can help you get past that. Whereas if it's a brand new thing, sometimes you can just ride the wave and see, okay, is this really a long-term thing, or is it more of a temporary way that I'm feeling? All right, and bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Three of Staves. So yeah, this could just be pointing to maybe that this is just the energy you've been in for the most part, right? The Three of Staves energy being a bit more of a passive energy and waiting for things to come toward you, right? Oftentimes we hear the Three of Staves or Three of Wands card referred to as waiting for your ships to come in, right? So it could just be saying that maybe that's something that you have to look at as well, right? Like, are you being reasonable around the situation, or are you just expecting someone to constantly be the one putting in the effort, right? So that could be what you could look at during the retrograde. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Fool. So yeah, for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe that's just how this person's energy is, right? They might constantly move from one thing to the next, so they might come across initially with that very vibrant energy that could even it could capture your attention, right? But it could just be one of those things where they're not necessarily someone who likes to stay in one spot for long. So um, maybe that's just the energy you're going to start to realize from this person that, okay, maybe that's just how their personality is, right? It might not be anything personal toward you, but it could just be one of those things where they attack things with enthusiasm, but then they also have multiple interests, I don't necessarily feel that means romantic interest in a sense, but just in general, that's how they are. They could just have so many things going on in their lives that they don't necessarily have a ton of time to put toward a connection. All right, but we'll see what the Oracle cards at their next. First, we'll see if we get from Aqua Moonlight deck here. We'll see what we get as far as unspoken messages from you to them and from them to you. All right, so nothing's coming up, so what I'm going to do is I'll just put the deck down and just give me a few seconds to tune in. We'll pull a card. All right, we'll take this one here, and then we'll see next what we get from them to you. All right, so yeah, same thing here. I'll just put the deck down and just give me a few seconds to tune in. We'll pull a card. All right, and we'll take this one. Let me get this out of the way, and we'll take a look at the card on your side first. Okay, we have baggage. It says, I'm sweeping away toxicity to make room for what's truly important. So interesting to see that there, right? Because with that Four of Arrows energy that I spoke about, it looks like, at least for some of you, there could be something there that you're, making an effort to heal, but at the same time, I feel like the message with seeing the Three of Arrows after that, especially given the way that it looks like she's trying her best not to look at that heart, right? Could just be saying that more of a warning thing, right? That you really are being called to sweep that stuff away if you do want this connection to move forward in a more positive sense. So it seems to make sense that that's what you guys are working on there. Like I said, it could just be the retrograde energies bringing that up for you. All right, and on their side, we have codependency. It says, I need you. So interesting energy there, right? Because like I was saying in the past, looks like this person was most likely the one who initiated things between the two of you. But to see that codependency card, right, it makes me wonder if this is just their thing, right? If you're not able to reciprocate the energy that they're giving out, then they might try to seek that in other areas. So something to keep in mind there. But we'll see what we get from the Wisdom Oracle deck, and we'll wrap the reading up with one card from this deck here. So we'll see what comes up. Alright, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll put the deck down here, and just give me a few seconds to tune in. We'll pull a card. Alright, we'll take this card, and let's see what you got. Okay, we have Never Ending Story. There's the artwork, and the number's 37. So yeah, for sure, this could definitely be something that you guys have just had going on for a while, but let's see what it says. Okay, the relationship message says sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. So yeah, for sure. Between the full moon that we had in Libra recently, it was opposite Chiron, so that might have already started to bring these things to the surface for you guys. Like I said, we're about to start a Mercury retrograde, so that could be what's bringing all these things to the surface. But it looks like there is an opportunity for healing that. So hope that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.